What happens if you pour banana peel water into your zinnias? I'm not talking about tossing a whole peel in the dirt and hoping for the best. I mean a real, properly made banana peel fertilizer poured the right way at the right time. Some gardeners swear it turns weak, sad-looking zinnias into towering, flower-covered stunners in just a couple of weeks. Others try it and get nothing, or worse, they actually hurt their plants. So which is it? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what banana peels can and can't do for your zinnias and how to use them so you get the first result, not the second. Before we dig in, if you're the kind of person who wants garden tips that are actually backed by real plant science, not just internet rumors, hit that subscribe button right now. I put out new videos like this every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's talk about what's actually inside a banana peel, because this is where the magic and the myths really start. A banana peel is not just kitchen waste. It's a surprisingly concentrated little package of plant nutrients, and once you understand what's in it, everything about how to use it starts to make sense. The number one thing banana peels are famous for is potassium. Potassium, sometimes labeled as the K on fertilizer bags, makes up a big share of what's inside that peel. In fact, the peel often holds even more potassium than the banana fruit itself. Potassium is what plant scientists sometimes call the quality nutrient. It doesn't build big leafy growth the way nitrogen does. Instead, it works quietly inside the plant, helping it move water and sugars from the roots up to the leaves and flowers, helping cells stay firm and strong, and helping the plant regulate the tiny pores on its leaves that control water loss. When a plant has enough potassium, it's more resistant to disease, drought stress, and even minor temperature swings. Next up is phosphorus. There's a smaller amount of it compared to potassium, but it's still meaningful. Phosphorus is the nutrient most closely tied to root development and flower and seed production. It's involved in the energy transfer happening inside every single plant cell. Think of it like the currency the plant spends to build new roots, open new buds, and set new flowers. Banana peels also contain calcium. Calcium is essentially the construction material for plant cell walls. Without enough of it, new growth can become weak, distorted, or prone to collapsing in on itself. You've probably heard of calcium deficiency in tomatoes causing blossom end rot. Well, calcium plays a similar structural role in every plant, including zinnias. Then there's magnesium, which sits right at the center of the chlorophyll molecule, the green pigment that allows a plant to photosynthesize, or turn sunlight into energy. A plant low on magnesium often shows pale, yellowing leaves, even if the soil looks perfectly fine. Banana peels also carry small amounts of manganese, sulfur, and other trace minerals, plus natural sugars and organic matter that, once broken down, feed the beneficial bacteria and fungi living in your soil. Those microbes are the unsung heroes of a healthy garden. They're the ones that actually convert raw organic matter into forms your zinnias can absorb through their roots. What banana peels are notably low in is nitrogen. There's some in there, but not nearly as much as the potassium content. That one detail is going to matter a lot when we talk about your zinnia's needs next, so keep it in mind. Now let's flip over to the zinnia itself, because understanding what this plant actually craves is where the real payoff comes in. Zinnias are, at their core, bloom machines. Left to their own devices in good soil, a single healthy zinnia plant can pump out flower after flower for months. But to do that, it needs a very specific nutrient balance, and it's almost a perfect mirror of what's inside that banana peel. First, zinnias need potassium, and they need a lot of it, especially once they move past the seedling stage and start setting buds. Potassium is what helps a zinnia hold itself upright on those tall, sometimes top-heavy stems, especially once they're loaded down with flowers. It also helps the plant regulate water efficiently, which matters enormously for zinnias, since they're prone to problems like powdery mildew when their leaves stay damp and they're not managing moisture well. A zinnia with strong potassium levels handles heat waves, dry spells, and humid weather with far less stress and far fewer disease issues. Second, zinnias need phosphorus, particularly during their budding and flowering phase. This is the nutrient most directly responsible for how many blooms your plant produces and how vibrant those blooms end up looking. A zinnia that's short on phosphorus might grow plenty of green leafy stems, but disappoint you with a thin scattering of small, pale flowers. Third, calcium matters more to zinnias than a lot of gardeners realize. It helps the plant build strong, upright stems and healthy new leaf tissue. Zinnias with a calcium shortfall can develop weak stems that flop over, or new growth at the tips that looks curled, stunted, or deformed. And then there's nitrogen, the nutrient zinnias need, but only in moderate amounts. This is the part that trips a lot of gardeners up. Nitrogen fuels green, leafy growth. A little of it is great. It keeps the plant's foliage lush and healthy. But too much nitrogen and a zinnia will pour all its energy into growing bigger leaves and taller stems instead of producing flowers. You end up with a big, bushy green plant that barely blooms. So here's the satisfying part. Banana peel liquid is naturally high in potassium, moderate in phosphorus, contains calcium and magnesium, and is relatively low in nitrogen. That is almost exactly the nutrient profile a mature, budding, or blooming zinnia is asking for. It's not a coincidence that so many gardeners report better blooms after using it. The mineral math genuinely lines up. Banana peel liquid isn't a magic cure-all, but for a flowering plant like zinnias, its composition is a remarkably close match to what the plant needs most during its most important growth phase. When you use banana peel fertilizer correctly, the benefits for zinnias can be genuinely impressive. Gardeners who apply it properly often see sturdier stems that hold up better in wind and rain, richer flower color, a noticeably higher number of blooms per plant, and better overall resistance to the stress of hot, dry summer weather. Because it also feeds your soil's beneficial microbes, it can gradually improve the health of the whole growing area around your zinnias, not just the one plant you're treating. But, and this is important, banana peel fertilizer is not something you can pour on carelessly and assume it'll only help. Used the wrong way, it can genuinely hurt your zinnias and in some cases, even kill them. Here's why. If you use the liquid too concentrated, too much sugar and organic matter hits the soil at once. Instead of feeding beneficial microbes in a healthy way, it can trigger a rapid bacterial bloom, sometimes even mold or fungal growth right at the soil surface, and that can suffocate the delicate feeder roots near the surface. Roots need oxygen just as much as they need nutrients, and a soggy, sugar-heavy application can choke that off. Overuse can also lead to a potassium imbalance. Too much potassium relative to other nutrients can actually interfere with your zinnia's ability to take up magnesium and calcium, the exact nutrients we just talked about needing for strong stems and healthy new growth. So paradoxically, overdoing the good stuff can create the very deficiencies you were trying to prevent. Applying it directly onto leaves in strong concentration or in harsh afternoon sun can also cause leaf burn. And applying it to a young seedling that hasn't developed a real root system yet can overwhelm the plant entirely. The lesson here is simple. Banana peel fertilizer is powerful, but it's not gentle by default. It becomes gentle and effective only when you prepare and apply it correctly. Let's talk about exactly how to do that. Here's exactly how to turn banana peels into a safe, effective liquid fertilizer for your zinnias, step by step. Step 1. Gather your peels. You'll want 2 to 3 banana peels for a standard batch. Organic, unsprayed peels are ideal if you can get them, since you're steeping the whole peel, skin, and all. Step 2. Chop the peels into small pieces, roughly 1-inch chunks. Smaller pieces mean more surface area, which means faster, more even breakdown of the nutrients into the water. Step 3. Place the chopped peels into a clean glass jar or a plastic container with a lid. Fill it with about 4 cups of water for every 2 to 3 peels you're using. Non-chlorinated water is best. If you only have tap water, let it sit out uncovered for 24 hours first to let the chlorine evaporate off. Step 4. Seal the container and let it steep. Leave it at room temperature, out of direct sunlight, for 48 to 72 hours. You'll notice the water start to change color and develop a mild fermented smell. That's completely normal. It means the nutrients are leaching out of the peel and into the water. Step 5. Strain the liquid through a mesh strainer or cheesecloth into a clean container and compost the leftover peel solids. Don't waste them. They're still great for your compost pile. Step 6. Dilute before applying. This is the step people skip, and it's the one that causes problems. Mix the strained banana peel liquid with plain water at a ratio of 1 part banana liquid to 3 parts water. Never apply it undiluted directly to your zinnias. Step 7. Apply it as a soil drench, not a leaf spray. Pour the diluted mixture slowly around the base of the plant, roughly 6 inches out from the main stem, avoiding direct contact with the stem itself. Use about 1 cup of the diluted mixture per mature zinnia plant, or about half a cup for younger, smaller plants. Step 8. Water your zinnias normally with plain water the day before you plan to apply the banana liquid. Applying it to already moist soil rather than bone-dry soil helps the nutrients disperse evenly instead of pooling or shocking the roots. That's it, 8 simple steps and about 3 days of patience while it steeps, and you've got a safe, balanced liquid fertilizer ready to feed your zinnias. Timing is honestly just as important as the recipe itself, so let's get specific. First, when not to use it. Don't apply banana peel fertilizer to very young zinnia seedlings that haven't developed their first set of true leaves yet. Their root systems are too small to handle even a diluted feeding, and it can stunt or shock them. Don't apply it during periods of extreme heat, especially not in the middle of a hot afternoon, since the combination of nutrient stress and heat stress can be too much for the plant at once. Avoid applying it right before a heavy rain is expected, since the rain can wash it away before the roots absorb it or oversaturate the soil right after you're feeding. And don't apply it to soil that's already waterlogged or poorly draining, since the extra organic matter can worsen root suffocation in soggy conditions. Now, the ideal time to use it. The best window is once your zinnias have developed several sets of true leaves and are actively growing, right around the time they're starting to form their first flower buds. This is exactly when their potassium and phosphorus demand ramps up the most. As for time of day, early morning is best. The soil is cool, the plant is well hydrated from overnight moisture, and it has the whole day to take up the nutrients before evening. A mild, overcast day works beautifully too, since it reduces any stress from bright, direct sun right after feeding. As for how often to reapply, this isn't a daily or even weekly treatment. Apply your diluted banana peel liquid once every 2 to 3 weeks throughout the main blooming season. That gentle, spaced-out rhythm keeps a steady, moderate supply of potassium and phosphorus available without ever overwhelming the soil or the plant's roots. Think slow and steady, not frequent and forceful. That's the rhythm that gets you the best, safest results. So how long until you actually see something happen? Realistically, don't expect overnight miracles, but you won't be waiting long either. In the first 3 to 5 days after your first application, you likely won't see much visually, but underground the roots are already starting to take up potassium and calcium, and the soil microbes are beginning to break down the organic matter, building a healthier root environment. By around 7 to 10 days, most gardeners start to notice the first visible signs, stems that feel a little sturdier and more rigid when you gently touch them, and leaf color that looks a shade deeper and more vibrant green. By the 2 to 3 week mark, that's typically when the real payoff shows up. You'll often see a noticeable increase in flower bud formation, existing buds opening into fuller, more vividly colored blooms, and stems standing taller and straighter, holding up well even after wind or rain instead of flopping over. By 4 to 6 weeks, with consistent, properly spaced applications, many gardeners report a genuinely bushier plant, absolutely loaded with blooms, compared to untreated zinnias nearby, a visible side-by-side difference that makes the whole process feel worth it. And that's the real story of banana peel fertilizer and your zinnias. Not magic, just genuinely smart, simple chemistry, matched to exactly what a blooming zinnia needs. Use the right way. Get the ratio right, get the timing right, and give it a few weeks, and you'll likely be looking at fuller, sturdier, more colorful zinnias than you've grown before. If this video helped you out, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. I've got a whole lineup of simple science-backed garden tips just like this one, ready to help you grow a healthier, more beautiful garden all season long. I'll see you in the next video.